Discover why more than half the people who attempt the gram-a-day RSO protocol end up quitting, and how this new daytime RSO formulation is changing the game for our clients over here at MyFitLife. And it's true, more than half the people I see attempt the traditional gram-a-day RSO protocol, they end up quitting. And the reason that they give is that they would rather have their hardcore condition than get that high every day. And I understand. I take RSO throughout the day, and if I stop taking it, I go blind from glaucoma. And I have to take it throughout the day, or else I will go blind. And I didn't want to get high while taking care of clients. So I basically went in the lab and I developed a high CBD version of RSO or FECO. And it's a true high CBD RSO. It's a real deal. It took over 2 years to develop. And I had to make sure that it worked just as effective as the high THC version, or better, right? And so I first created it for myself so I could work during the day without getting blasted out of my mind high. And I soon discovered that others wanted like the same opportunity. And what I found was that most people that do this version, the high CBD version of the RSO during the day and the high THC version at night, pretty much 100% of them, they complete the program. And that's the only way to really get success, right? Is to actually complete a program. If you stop, then you won't get the success that you're looking for. So that being said, let's go over how to work up to a gram a day successfully with the new formulations and what I call the daytime and nighttime formulas. Welcome, I'm Ransom here with MyFitLife and MOVIDA. So in this video, I'm going to go over the RSO protocol, working up to a gram a day. And that's going to be the 60-40 protocol, where we're doing the high CBD version during the day, like 60% of the what you consume is going to be the high CBD version, and then the high THC version will be done at night. And you'll be doing roughly 40% of the high THC, and then, like we mentioned, about 60% of the high CBD version. And so when you get to that gram a day, you'll ultimately be doing 600 milligrams during the day of the high CBD version and 400 milligrams of the high THC version. Okay, so let's get into it. This is the basic chart right here, and you'll receive one of these charts when with this video and with the other document that lays out specifically what to do for each day and how to do it. But this is the general overview. You start off with 50 milligrams total per day, and then you double that. You do that for 3 days, and then you double that for the next 3 days, and then you just move up 100 milligrams per day every 3 days until you reach that full gram, 1,000 milligrams. All right. So remember, that's both the high CBD version and the high THC version together. Cumulatively, they make up this chart right here. All right. So here's the breakdown of how to actually deliver it into your body. All right. And this is just like a suggestion on how to do it, on how I would do it if I was in your situation. All right. So we're going to go over the elixir of the gods, the 10,000 milligram FECO bottles. You might get the high THC version in syringes or something else like that, but the ones that I recommend are in the tincture forms because it's easier to use, and you can get exact measured doses that way. All right. So the high CBD version is going to be done during the day. The high THC version is done at night, and I'm calling them daytime formula and nighttime formula. So the high CBD version is the daytime formula. The high THC version is the nighttime formula. All right. And then after we're done with how to go through and get to that 1,000 milligrams per day, I'm also going to go over some recommended products that you may or may not have gotten, but I'll go over how to take those. And one of them is MSM. It's a mineral, and then Shilajit elixirs, which is a multi-mineral. Okay. And the three together make up the trifecta of health. Okay. With the cannabinoids being on top, and then MSM and Shilajit, making up the foundation on the bottom. Okay, so let's get into it. So days 1 and 3 are, you start off mild, right? So you're just doing 50 milligrams total per day. So you're just going to split it up and do 25 milligrams of the high CBD version during the day, which is 4 drops out of the dropper. And then the nighttime, you're going to do 4 drops of the high THC version. And that's it. Just for 3 days, it's 4 drops morning, 4 drops evening, one of each, right? 4 drops in the morning of the high CBD version, 4 drops in the evening of the high THC version. Okay, the nighttime formula. So on days 4 through 6, you double from 50 milligrams per day to 100 milligrams total per day. So we just split it up into 50-50 since they're small amounts right now, and it's easier to dose that way. So you're just going to do 8 drops in the morning of the daytime formula, which is 50 milligrams, and 8 drops in the evening of the nighttime formula, which is 50 milligrams. Okay, and then on the next cycle, days 7 through 9, you're moving up to 200 milligrams per day now, right? So you're going to be doing 150 milligrams total of the high CBD version and 50 milligrams of the high THC version, which you did the previous 3 days. So you should be sort of used to that by this point. And you'll still feel stuff, but you'll be a little bit more used to what the effects are, etc. All right. So the way you're going to do this one, you're going to start going from 1 dose in the morning to 2 doses in the morning and afternoon, or morning and midday, however you want to do it. But the morning one will be a little bit bigger. You're going to be doing 100 milligrams, which is 15 drops. And then you're going to be in the afternoon or mid-morning. Like if you do it at 7 in the morning, you might do it at 11 or noon or 3 p.m. or whatever. Any of those is fine. And you're just going to do 50 milligrams, so 8 drops. So you're going to be doing 150 total milligrams of the high CBD version. And at night, usually before bed, people will do it. You can do it beforehand, but you'll feel high, etc. But if you do it before bed, it'll help you sleep through the night better too, right? So and that's where a lot of healing happens, is when you actually sleep. So you do that days 7 through 9. You're going to be doing the 50 milligrams in the evening, 150 milligrams of the daytime formula during the day. Okay, and then we move up to days 10 through 12, where you're doing 300 milligrams per day. So you're going to be doing 200 milligrams of the high CBD version and 100 milligrams of the high THC, the nighttime formula. Okay, so you're going to be doing 15 drops in the morning, like you were previously, and then you're going to move up to 15 drops in the afternoon. Remember, that could be anywhere from just a few hours after your morning's dose to all the way to like 2, 3, 4 p.m. or whatever. And then in the nighttime, you're going to split up in the 2 doses as well. Okay, so you're going to be doing 8 drops in the earlier evening. Like suppose you go to bed at 11 p.m. You might do it like at 8 p.m. or 8:30 or 9 p.m. or something like that, right? And then like about 3 hours later, you would do the next dose. Like maybe that's 11 p.m. or midnight or whatever. 3 or 4 hours later, and you would do that one right before you went to bed. Okay, and so you're going to be doing 8 drops of each. 8 drops in the earlier evening, and then 8 drops right before bed. So that's 50 milligrams of each for a total of 100, and 100, and then 200 during the day of the CBD daytime formula for 300 milligrams total. And then you're going to be moving up to 400 milligrams per day on the next cycle, right? And from here, you're going to start doing 3 doses, okay? And you're going to be doing that's sort of where you're going to stay dose-wise. And you're going to be doing that when you hit the gram phase, and you don't want to miss doses, because if you miss a dose, then you're missing total milligrams for the day, right? Especially when you're getting towards the heavier doses. The doses are 200 milligrams each. So if you miss one, then you're missing out on 200 milligrams for the day. So rather than getting used to it down the road, when it's more crucial and you're taking the heavier doses, it's better to get used to taking 5 doses a day right now. Okay, so you're just going to be doing 250 milligrams of the high CBD version, but we're splitting it up into 3 doses. You could theoretically do that all in 1 dose if you wanted to, but we're splitting it up into 3 doses, like we said, just to get used to doing that, so you don't miss doses later on when it's more crucial. So you're going to be doing, since it's 3 doses, you're going to be doing 250 milligrams of the daytime formula. So the first one is going to be in the morning, assuming that you have a regular schedule. You wake up in the morning and go to bed in the evening. So you're going to do the first dose of the daytime formula, 100 milligrams, which is 15 drops. And then you're going to move, a few hours later, midday, so if it was about 7 a.m. that you took your dose, then maybe 11 a.m. or noon, you would do your next dose. And that's going to be another 15 drops for another 100 milligrams of the daytime formula. And then later on, about 3 or 4 p.m., you could do your next dose, and that's going to be 50 milligrams, which is 8 drops of the daytime formula. Okay, and then we move over and transition into the evening, and depending on when you go to bed, you'll do your first dose in the evening, which will be usually somewhere about 7, 8, 9 p.m., and then you'll do your dose right before bed, that last dose of the day, the 5th dose, just before bed, whether it's, 10, 11, midnight, whenever it may be, right? So the first dose that you're going to take is going to be a lighter dose because you're going to be awake during that time. So you don't want to be super blasted. You're going to get a little bit high, but you won't get the one if you're doing twice as much, right? So you're just going to be doing 50 milligrams in the earlier evening, which is 8 drops, and then you're going to be doing 15 drops, which is 100 milligrams, so pretty much twice as much, right before you go to bed. Okay, and then you're going to do that for 3 days, and then on days 16 through 18, you're going to still be doing the 5 doses, 3 in the daytime and 2 at night. And it's going to stay that way, like I said, for the rest of the remainder of the time that you're doing, the protocol heavy duty. Then when you taper down, you'll do less doses. But as you're going through the activation phase, you're going to be doing 5 doses, and then as you're trying to overcome, you're going to maintain those 5 doses until you do overcome the situation, and then you taper down into that maintenance phase. And at that point is when you do less doses because you're doing less milligrams. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. And I just wanted to explain that to you right now in case you were wondering about that. So you're doing the same amount of doses throughout the day. Just the milligram strengths are going to change, every 3 days from here on out, right? So you're at pretty much like the halfway point. You're at 500 milligrams per day. You're going to be working up to 1,000, right? So when you complete these 3 days, you'll be at the halfway point of your dosing journey to 1,000 milligrams per day. So you're going to be doing 300 milligrams during the day of the daytime formula and 200 milligrams in the evening of the nighttime formula for a total of 500 milligrams. So since that's 5 doses, it's just simply 100 milligrams for each of the doses for the morning and the evening. So it's going to be 100 milligrams for each of them is 15 drops. So you're just going to be doing 15 drops in the morning, 15 drops midday, 15 drops afternoon. And then in the evening time, in the early evening, you're going to be doing 15 drops of the nighttime formula. And just before bed, you're going to be doing 15 drops again of the nighttime formula. Okay. And then when we get to days 19 to 21, you're moving up to 600 milligrams per day. So you're going to just simply move up 100 milligrams more of the daytime formula than you were the previous 3 days, right? So the evening is going to be the same as the previous 3 days. Just the only thing that's changed from the previous 3 days is going to be your morning dosage. Okay, so instead of 15 drops, which is 100 milligrams, you're going to be doing a full dropper, which is 30 drops, and that's 200 milligrams. Okay, so this is your first venture into the 200 milligram bigger doses. So you should be getting used to doing 5 doses per day at this point, and doing the 5 doses, it spreads it out. So with the nighttime formula, you don't get as high, but it also gives a steady flow throughout the day and even into the night. Which has a better effect than just taking 1 mega dose in the day, or even just 2. Like doing 5 200 milligram doses is more effective in your body than doing 2 500 milligram doses. So we've tested it out, and doing more doses throughout the day and in smaller increments is better than 1 or 2 large doses in the day. The people get better results. Okay. So you're doing the 30 drops, in the morning, or a full dropper, which is 200 milligrams, and then you're going to go to the 100 milligram doses for the rest of the day. So midday is 100 milligrams, so 15 drops. Afternoon, 100 milligrams, 15 drops, and then you move to the nighttime formula, and the same thing. Your early evening and your just before bed dosages are both going to be 15 drops for a total of 100 milligrams each, 200 milligrams in the evening, 400 milligrams in the day, 600 milligrams total. All right. Then days 22 through 24, you're moving up to 700 milligrams per day. And so now your morning time is going to be the same as the previous 3 days, but your nighttime changes a little bit. Okay. So let me change this right here real quick. All right. That's what that should be. And so you're going to be doing the full dropper, 30 drops during the morning, which is 200 milligrams, and then the 15 drops midday for 100 milligrams, and 15 drops in the afternoon, which is another 100 milligrams of the daytime formula for a total of 400 milligrams. So that means you're going to be doing 300 milligrams in the evening of the nighttime formula, right? So we're going to split that up into 2 150 milligram doses. So each dose is going to be like your 22 drops, which is roughly 150 milligrams. Okay, so you're going to do that in the early evening and just before bed, and that'll be a total of 300 milligrams. and added on to the 400 milligrams you did during the day is 700 milligrams total for the day. So you're getting close to that 1,000 milligrams per day, and you're getting really used to doing the 5 doses per day too, right? So days 25 through 27, now you're at 800 milligrams, and so you're going to be doing 500 milligrams during the day now and 300 milligrams in the evening. So it switches up again where you're doing your evening time routine is the same as the previous 3 days, but your daytime routine changes just a little bit. So you're going to be doing 500 milligrams during the day, 300 milligrams of the nighttime formula during the evening. So your morning dosage is going to be 200 milligrams, which is the full dropper or 30 drops. And then it's going to drop down to 100 milligrams midday, and that'll be 15 drops. And then you're going to do bump that up to 200 milligrams, which is 30 drops. And then that'll be a total of 500 milligrams for the day. 200 morning, 100 midday, 200 in the afternoon. Okay, and then in the evening time, you're going to be doing the same exact thing that you did the previous 3 days. The 22 drops in the early evening and 22 drops just before bed for a total of 300 milligrams. And you add that on to the 500 milligrams you did during the day. That's 800 milligrams total per day. Okay, and then over here, you're going to be doing on days 27 through 30, you're going to be doing 900 milligrams. So just 2 more sessions, 2 more 3-day sessions, and you'll be at that 1,000 milligrams. So it's exciting stuff, right? And so you're going to be doing 30 drops, or a full dropper on every one of the daytime sessions, okay, with the daytime formula. So all 3 sessions are going to be 200 milligrams. So it's going to simply be doing a full dropper for each of the daytime sessions, the morning session, the midday session, and the afternoon session. So you either just do a full dropper, or you can count out 30 drops if you want to. Either one is fine. All righty. And then in the evening time, you're doing the same thing that you did previously. You're getting used to the THC and things like that. And you're just doing 22 drops in the early evening, 22 drops just before bed. So that's 300 milligrams total. Added on to the 600 milligrams of the daytime formula that you did during the day. That's 900 milligrams total for the day. All right. So now you get into that gram per day. And it's super, super easy at this point. You're used to doing the 5 sessions per day, and every one of the doses is now 200 milligrams. So you did 200 milligram doses the previous 3 days for all 3 doses during the morning. So that's going to stay the same. And you're simply moving up 50 milligrams per session for your nighttime formula sessions for those 2 sessions, from 150 milligrams to 200 milligrams. So instead of counting out 22 drops, you can just do a full dropper or count out the 30 drops, right? So in the daytime for the morning session, the midday session, and the afternoon session, you're simply doing a full dropper each session for 200 milligrams, each session, each dosage for 600 milligrams total for the daytime formula. And then when you hit the nighttime, the early evening session or mid-evening session, whenever you want to do it, is 200 milligrams or a full dropper. And then the dosage just before bed is another 200 milligrams, just like all the other dosages that you did during that day. And that's 30 drops as well. And that's 400 milligrams total for the evening for the 200 milligram nighttime formula dosages. And then for the daytime, you did 3 200 milligram dosages for 600 milligrams total. And that 600 plus 400 is 1,000 milligrams total per day. Okay, so you hit that, and you're going to remain there for a period of time. It takes about 33 days to get to this point where you're doing that gram per day, and you've done it for 3 days now. Once you finish, so days 31 through 33 are 1 gram per day total. Of nighttime and daytime formula combined, right? 600 milligrams of the daytime formula, 400 milligrams of the nighttime formula total, and that equals that 1 gram per day. And then you're going to stay there for a period of time, and it can be anywhere from 30 to 60 to 90 days usually. Okay, and it just depends on the condition, like the severity or advancement of the condition, whether you're patient, persistent, and consistent with your efforts, or you're not missing dosages, and if you're doing the other things that you should be doing, like eating well and moving your body and all these different things that are beneficial that we can discuss it if you want to as well. But as long as you're doing all those other things, then you're going to give your body and your mind the best shot at healing, and things will happen quicker for you. If you don't pay attention to the other stuff and you just rely solely on the supplements, then that can cause you to either take longer, to get better, or in some cases you don't get better at all because your lifestyle just isn't congruent to that. Like you have holes in your bucket, so you're trying to fill it with goodness, but it's leaking out the bottom, faster than you're putting the goodness in, right? And so that's why you need to change your diet around. You need to take the other two supplements that I recommend is a good idea as well: the MSM Flakes and the Shilajit elixirs, so that you have that trifecta of wellness and have the best shot at overcoming your situation. I've been taking all of these for over 2 decades, and there's a reason for that. That I personally do these every single day, and then there's a reason that we have so much success with people that do this trifecta of health in this specific way for these hardcore conditions that people have, right? So that being said, let's go into the MSM Flakes and the Shilajit. That's super easy. It's not as involved, and there's not a ramp up process and everything because it doesn't get you high, right? And so you're just going to start off with the MSM Flakes at 1 teaspoon 2 times per day, okay? And that's a teaspoon is 3 grams, so you're doing 6 grams total per day. You can do more, and it's just if you do more, it's just better. Like you can do a half a tablespoon, which is 5 grams. You do that twice per day for a total of 10 grams, and that's an awesome place to be. But do a minimum of 6 grams total per day, and you'll be good. And the stuff is super affordable, right? In case you don't have it already. And then the Shilajit elixirs, it's a multi-mineral, and the MSM is a single mineral, and they call it one of the 5 elements of life, and it's just crazy awesome. And it helps your body to become a better filter, so you take in nutrients better. So you're taking the cannabinoids, the daytime formula and the nighttime formula, the CBD and THC formulas. You'll be able to take those in better, and then get rid of the toxins that you have in your body better, so you can heal better, right? So the Shilajit, so that's a single mineral, and then the Shilajit elixirs, it's a multi-mineral, like the best multi-mineral on the planet, and it has all 85 minerals, trace elements. They say it gives you life force energy, but it has this stuff in there called fulvic acid and humic acid that helps you just to absorb nutrition better and just to heal better. It's super, super awesome. And the minerals in the Shilajit, they help your mitochondria, which is what messes up in your cells. It's your energy powerhouse, and that's what messes up and causes the cells to become cancerous. So if you give them the nutrition that it needs to actually function properly, then like a proper fuel to function properly, then they might better themselves, and they might heal better if you're in a bad situation, right? So it just makes sense. You need to give your body the proper components to actually function properly, and your body can't go through the energy production cycles inside of the mitochondria if it doesn't have these specific trace minerals, and the Shilajit contains them naturally. It's naturally occurring, so your body can readily accept them. So with the Shilajit elixirs, you simply do 100 milligrams to 200 milligrams per day, and that's basically like a half a milliliter to a full milliliter per day per dose. So a half a milliliter is 100 milligrams, and a full milliliter is 200 milligrams. Okay, so you do that, and you get your complete dosage of all 3 of the components in our trifecta of health. The CBD, the cannabinoids. So the CBD and THC, they're both cannabinoids. So they're one component of the trifecta of health. You just have a daytime formula and a nighttime formula, but they're both cannabinoids. And then the MSM is the other component of the trifecta of health, and the Shilajit is that third component of the trifecta of health, right? With the cannabinoids being king on top. So if you have any questions about this, about how to take it, and ramp up to get to that gram, and especially about how long you're going to be staying on there, you keep in contact with me, and I'll help you to, sort of, help guide you, if you need that, and help you make the decision, to taper down when need be and go into that maintenance phase, and then help you to discover how many milligrams to take for that maintenance phase. But just so you know that that could be anywhere from 100 to 400 milligrams per day. And again, that has to do with your biology, the way your body reacts to the cannabinoids, right? And then the MSM Flakes and the Shilajit elixirs, those pretty much stay the same, because you're just doing, general, doses that your body needs. Like minerals are everything. Cannabinoids, you have the endocannabinoid system that needs to be fed, so it balances out all the other systems in your body. So you need those, for sure. But beyond that, like the next most important things are the minerals, right? Because they have to do with your mitochondrial function, and that has to do with the health of everything else in your body as well. So, like I said, I hope this helps. If you have any questions, reach out to support@myfitlife.net, or you can schedule a call. You can go on the website, and we have the link to schedule a consultation there. But it's myfitlife.net/discovery-call. This is Al Morenton with MyFitLife and MOVIDA. I hope you have a beautiful day. Peace.